There was a guy that lived at the foot of 10-Yard Hill. I don't think his name was Wilder. It might have been Wilder.
How about Frosty Brown?
No, wasn't him.
How about lead?
But anyway, we went to when he took that snake out of the box and started around the pulpit and started to walk up behind the Bible stand, he grabbed his breeches like that. Now it's trying to strike his leg, but it just got his breeches, and he pulled on that thing until he got it loose. And he made another swipe around and nailed it right there. And they finally got it in the box. And they had that old pump out there in front of the Black Star Church, you know, that water pump. Had that old water pump. And he headed straight to that water pump. Well, his arm started swelling. It got so big that it almost burst even before they left there. And water was running out of it. And Dad and them went down there. I tell you, the guy that your dad, that guy poured them snakes out on your dad, that's who it was.
Frosty Brown.
No, it wasn't Frosty
And then
Brown.
over across behind Mayfield Church.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the guy, it wasn't Frosty.
No, it wasn't Frosty Brown.
I remember who you're talking about.
But he turned that.
He's a Marco, wasn't he?
I know it wasn't Frosty Brown.
Around Mayfield Church.
But Dad went down there, and that man was so sick. I mean, he was so sick that they thought he was going to die, and he wouldn't go to the hospital. And they had wrapped sheets around his arm to absorb all of that fluid that was coming out. When Dad come back home, he told Dad, Papa, he says, "Be no more snakes in here." That's the only time I ever seen him really contradict Papa a lot.
Yeah.
But he said, "There'd be no more snakes here. There'd be no more snakes coming out of this house to go to church. If you're going to just carry them and put them somewhere else, but they're not going to come out of here." Because he said, if that man dies, he'll own our property.
Yeah.
And that stopped. We never did have any more snakes.
We know it's
That was a man.
Huh?
That was a man.
Oh, he lived, but he even jumped, well, Cecil,
Judah was there, let her
yeah.
know.
Cecil went down there and he poured snakes out on Cecil.
Tell it, John, that's a good story.
Huh?
Well, it was
Yeah.
after Mayfield Church and
Yeah.
after.
Well, you know, I really believe, went back to probably the early 40s, when it first started having snakes, people read the Bible and said they'll do these things. And I remember still Eads, I believe, when he got hit one time, it was a snake that about 4 or 5 times about in here. And he walked away and did no harm.
You bit him here on the neck?
Yeah.
So for a while, people were not getting hurt. And then all of a sudden they became a ritual, or I'm better than you are, and I can do this or whatever. And then started people. I really believe it. And then Brother T. Carter come along, and he actually split the churches because he said, "People, this is not right." So then that's when we quit when the Pathfork, because Pathfork was a snake out in the church,
Right.
and we became a nut snake out in the church. We wouldn't allow it. But he had the wisdom to say, "This is not, this is not what God wants."
Daddy had no wisdom.
No, Brother T. Carter.
Oh, Brother Steve.
So I really think that God honored man's faith and the word,